network. So I had to come back. I'll wait for the rest of you to come on. So I'm going to go njira nywa amafuta nga bwe mukomawo. Yeah, guys, welcome back. Tulideko tuddemu tuwerewereko ngira ngenda kupanga wali kangira ngenda kupampa bagira banteeramu amafuta. My number is in the channel description, Kenneth. My number is in the channel description. You just go to the about section of this channel and you'll find my number there. Network ya lero sigitegeera ebuza comment ate lulienzi jeeko. I'll wait for you guys to come back on. Bana itubalinde lindemu. I was already on the broadcast. Then the data kweninya. And then it kicked me. The network kicked me out. So I'm going to give it a little bit of time for the guys to come back. So today we are talking about self-love. We had already started, and we are trying to encourage ourselves to practice self-love, because self-love is important, because before you start loving other people, which take you soka ne weyagala nga tonna yagala balance ngolode. Oinokusoka ne weyagala nga tonna yagala balala. Yes, first love yourself, then you will love other people properly. Soka weyagale nga tonna yagala balala. And today we are learning how to practice self-love. I know the Bible says love your neighbor as you love yourself, but the Bible doesn't actually tell you to love yourself. That's why Brian was telling me that the Bible doesn't. Bible, according to him as a Christian, self-love is not biblical. And I was telling him the Bible confuses. The Bible confuses. Hi Abby. Abantu bayingate bakoma waba baderi banange. Broadcast network ensudde enzjeyo bujja. So that's why I'm trying to wait. But anyway, for you guys that have come, we are talking self-love, and we are saying that if you cannot love yourself, chances are high you will not love anyone better. You see, all people that have disappointed you in life, it wasn't that you are unlovable. No. The thing is, these guys did not love themselves enough. And because they did not love themselves enough, they could not love you. Watch together. They could not love you. Thank you, Nathan, for coming. They could not love you. Omuntu asobola kukwagala nga ye tanneyagala. Hi Baluku Nobat. That's why the men that marry women saying aja kuchuka. Then women don't change. A person doesn't love you can't grow to love you. Yenga yorida abate ye yagala. That's why you find that people that don't love themselves, they keep jumping from one relationship to another. Tujuzenga bulijera. They keep jumping from one relationship to another. because yenga already taneyagala, they're trying to find find love in places where love doesn't start from. So and we are saying that first, the thing you're supposed to do first in practicing self-love is stop taking life too seriously. Gobotandika okulowooza nti buli kimu bwe kitayitanga bwe kirina kuyita olwo ng'obulamu buweddewo, okitegeera, then you'll never have self-love. Then we also said that you need to find a mentor. Wasn't that number 3? Of course, these are things that I do, but these are things I can't. And yes, find a role model for self-love. Find someone that loves themselves very well, and then try to emulate them. But I was saying, don't get too close to these people. Hi, Martha. Banange, Martha, you ask the question again. You ask the question again. But anyway, find a role model for self-love. They practice self-love and they have benefited from it, and try to emulate. But like I said, don't get too close to these people, because Nemo mentorship, when you get a mentor and you get too close, you start noticing their imperfections. And when you see someone's imperfections, then you stop, the respect kind of goes down. That's why it takes a lot of love for you to survive in a relationship with someone for 10 years, 20 years, because you start noticing that they are not actually perfect. And that's the same thing that will happen when you get close to someone that you look up to. So when you look up to someone, keep a distance. Meet them in a restaurant, take tea. Don't get too close to the point that you want to sleep at their place, you want them to sleep at your place. But keep a distance. Linda ko. Hey. Ongambanga nesibira wekisanikira ata. Leta ambazo nyeko ko kisibamu. Leta ambazo nyeko. Ayuwamaze kumupiira. Abantu tebafaako bano bantu bange. Awo omupiira nva kunywa fulutanka bakimanyi. Abaana abataga yiye ne gayiika ku mupiira. Leta receipt. Anyway, so back to self-love. We said the first thing for you to do if you're going to practice self-love properly is stop taking life too seriously. Then the second thing is leero emmoroka enywedde liita 5.3 ng'etambudde kilomita 673.3 673 kilomita 673 enywedde liita 5.3 ng'enywedde bubi. Arthur, just your thoughts on car prices. Karisi waali naye azze balosasula omusajja w'amafuta. Karis, if you're here, answer Martha's question. Yes, guys, temugenda self-love. Kansa suro wa mafuta tudde mu mbuzi yaffe. Manku banjayo mmeka wano. Bwe nkuwa emitwalo 27. Kwata. Adenze mpe 12 kubange mbankuwa mmeka nze mbakuwa 7. Olusanvu ndulina wano. Always have coins by the way. Kat kampa akabi. Always have coins by the way. Taina coin. Kali neyanza. Always ask for a receipt when you take fuel. Naye ate bw'oba mutwalo, that's different. Bajja kuwa receipt. Bw'oba batawaanya butawaanya. Receipt ogisaba ng'amafuta agaliwo agabuvunaanyizibwa. Ekyo kyenvuddeko kye bayita ekyuma ky'olinnyako tanka nejjula bulungi. Amafuta ne gasobola okukolera wiiki nga 2. okitegenda kati tuddayo mu mboozi yaffe bannange network angisabeereme kujjamu. Hi Salmin, obadde obuze ennaku zino faamu ekututte. Yeah, so Asa, just your thoughts on car prices in other cities of Uganda like Masaka, Mbarara, Jinja, because such cities have most driven cars like Masaka driven Primo, Wish, both models mostly. So I think other types of cars in such towns are not such overpriced like those in which, okay, your question is not clear, but of course those towns, the cars are cheaper. Why? Because even the maintenance is not as good as Kampala. Also, they are cheaper because even the market there is not as big as the one in Kampala. So that's why the cars are cheaper. They are not overpriced at all. Na ine condition yazo tetira kuba nnungi. Era abamakanika batera okuzisuubula ye Masaka, Mbarara ne bazeeta n'azisaamu wano n'azisiikamu naye n'atunda. Even some of the car dealers in town, they go up country there ne bagula emmoloka ne bajja ne balongoosamu ne batunda. Okitegeera. So we said celebrate the small wins. By the way, self-love, one way to practice self-love is by celebrating the small wins. Whatever achievement you get, celebrate it, because you may not get the big wins, you may never get the big wins. So buli wobaka ka achievement kokola, celebrate it. Ka celebrating, if you wanted to buy new tires and you only got money to buy one tire and you buy that one tire, celebrate it. I'm talking about the car tire. Celebrate that win. You buy yourself ice cream because for the first time in a year you can actually afford it. Celebrate that win. You buy yourself a new shirt because it's a win. If you get business that you hadn't gotten for some time, celebrate the win. Mwaguze rafo nempulira nga njagala grand givaako wangamba 2000 kati go for 14 kati awamenda ilema agule moroka joyagala Salmin kadafo kabadde kalungi kali baba omanyo gule moroka ngeri ku UAL naye nga tewali kye mugamba nti oba omusajja kaakole kino. Even my mechanic said Arthur kati ono sigenda mufunako yadde ekikumi mbu mukanikireyo nga musajja muleke ng'emmoroka teriiko kyakola totale bana ngeri emmoroka nga bw'ayagala agenda bugenzi kisolo agenda bugenzi kisolo, nothing, temulimu kakubagana yadde ng'emipiira gyonna kwegiri temuli bannange. The other car was spotless. And someone asked me, Arthur, don't you see that UAL is kind of overpriced? Nemubuza, would you rather take a UAX that has work to be done because of the number plate? Norika UAL perfect. The other car was perfect. Nenga tova kuchoyagana Salmin. Uchitegira. Martha, what you saw the statistics? So celebrate the small wins. It's important, by the way, guys. I've learned to celebrate the small wins. You see, the small wins was irabira kati fabazimbi amayumba ga mortgage ya Uganda. Mortgage wa fe Uganda bagamba. Our mortgage in Uganda is you building your house slowly by slowly. Nti bwofuna ye 10 n'ogula ensawo za cement 2 ne bazimba ko kibazimbi. Bwofuna ya 2 n'ogula box ya za style 2 n'ozisaawo. Bwofuna yo endala 2 n'ogula box za tile endala n'oziteekawo. Kati bwolabanga box za tile zoweza square meter zijje zire 2 ng'oyita wa tile nga azisiba. Okitegeera because square meter bagisibira ekinene nnyo omutwalo gumu. You get it? So you celebrate the small wins. Every win you get, you celebrate that. You're practicing self-love. Every time, hi Gaetano, every time you say, wow, I did it. I'm good. I'm great. Then you thank yourself. Then you then cut the negative self-talk. You know, you realize that we have all been raised with negative self-talk. We went to different places nga tukulira maka agenjawulo. Bulijjo laga abantu abatukuza abasinga tebaba positive things to say about us. Ebiseera ebisinga ono omwana mukyafu, ono omwana tayagala kunaaba, ono omwana tayagala ki. Okitegeera gy'obeera okunaaba kwawe kubeezaawo abantu. Okitegeera most of these guys, they have negative things to say about us as we grow up. Now we don't even know how to praise ourselves. We don't know how to say positive things about ourselves. And we negative self-talk is about us. Every time ugamba naina kisobole ekyo amagezi agongaweza gundi yansinga you have the negative self-talk, so you cut it out. Start saying positive things about yourself. Start saying nkisobola ndi wanyi malako okitegeera. Yeah. Then acknowledge your feelings. You see, I find that sometimes ekintu ekimu ekisinga okututawaanya ng'abantu, like as humans, is the fact that we don't acknowledge that naffe tu feeling anaddala ffe abasajja. When you feel sad you want to suppress it. When you feel happiness you want to suppress it. Banda babutyanga mbuuka Salmini bw'onoogula Mac Grand yo ng'odina abuuka lekana ogiguze. Acknowledge your feelings, happiness, sadness, grief. Acknowledge it. That way tojja kubeera depressed. When someone annoys you, make it known. Nze me, I don't hide my feelings. No. Nze bwonyiiza nkugamba. Okitegeera. Naye but because ebintu bya family ebiseera ebisinga biri delicate. Kati omuntu bwanyiiza nfuba okulaba nga tuyita family meeting nembi mugambira abantu abala waberewo ba witness. Omanyi omuntu bw'omugamba in private byakunyiiza naddala abo abantu abakulu abikyusa n'agamba omwana yanvuma, omwana yali ayagala kunkuba. Naye wabawo abantu abalala bana n'obimugamba nga we bayitalina bw'agamba omwana yali ayagala ki kunkuba. So acknowledge your feelings. Omuntu bwakunyiiza mugambe, bwakusanyusa mugambe, bwakwagala obulungi mugambe. Okitegeera bw'owulira bulungi acknowledge your feelings, because if you don't, depression jeva abantu abagetting depressed ebiseera ebisinga abeera ne sadness ne building up until such a time wanaatuuka nga tasyasobola gikweka, and then depression comes in. Okitegeera of course this is very important. Cut toxic people out of your life. Me nze otandika okubeera toxic bwoti nga nze nkwesonyiwa nga oba gwani, because the moment I learned nti olwala gwakiwulira kyokka. There is a time I was sick. Wali we nabeerera omulwadde. I was sick and I was in bed with my wife, but she was sleeping sound. Nze ng'otulo tumbuze. Okitegeera, you know these things you discover them mpola. Then you can be in bed with someone ng'akwagala nnyo naye nga talina kyasobola kukolera ng'otulo tubuze gwe. Kitegeeza there is no reason why you should tolerate a toxic person. There is no reason you should tolerate a negative person. Only keep positive people. Kubanga n'omuntu akwagala ennyo alina watuuka talina kyayinza kukolera. I don't know if you guys get me. Okitegeera so cut omuntu buli wabulwala ddala ng'akwa-affecting negatively nga takuwa positive vibes. Cut them out of your life. Oba mama, oba tata, oba jajja, oba muganda, oba mukazi, oba mwana. Cut them out. Okitegeere of course give yourself quality time. By quality time totegeeza nti genda mu kilabu. Everyone has ways of giving themselves quality time. Personally, one of the ways I give myself quality time is by going for my morning runs on Saturday. Obachi nkeera kudduka. The guys that make appointments with me on Saturday, nkeera kudduka. I go out, I run in the morning at 6. I'm on the road running. Nenziruka nkomawo wakasaawa either zitera kuba emu kitundu oba bbiri, and I come back home. Then I freshen up and then I start doing other things. Sunday the same thing. Oba papa ajja, oba tulinayo saaba Kristo ajja, oba Archbishop agenda kukyala ku church, nze nkusooka kudduka. Era nsobola omuyitako nga ali mu convoy ye bamutwala ku church yengenda nange okugenda naye tukanzituka. Bwe naamala okudduka naabe tuke tugende ku church ne batabani bange. Self-love. I give myself quality time. The other thing I do is I go to gym. Sinywa mwenge, I club zimbowa. First I get bored very quickly. The times I try to go to club natuuka nga nebuuza abantu banona yoki nga wabowa. Okitegeera? So I go to gym, and I go to gyms that are quiet. Sigenda mu gyms zirimu music aleekaana. I go to a gym that is really quiet. I lift my weights when I normally do 1 to 2 hours, and then I go out. So I run in the morning, then in the afternoon I go to the gym. Okitegeera? Self-love. That's how I love. And when I'm at the gym, I take my soda, I take my water. Okitegeera? The other way of course I take creatine, but I don't take the chemical creatine that most of the guys that go to gym do. I eat meat. Nze wange ngula ennyama nga kuliko half yange yakulya singa ngenda mu gym. I eat quarter on Saturday, like hours before I go to the gym, quarter on Sunday, hours before I go to the gym. Ennyama ya creatine, kumpa creatine. Okitegeera? For those that don't know creatine, you can Google what creatine does in the body. Okitegeera? Anyway, so give yourself quality time. Category no kwebuza, how do I give myself quality time? Abantu abamu the way they give themselves quality time is by going to the sauna. Some other guys bagenda mu steam, abalala bagenda mu swimming pool, abalala bagenda ku beach. Okitegeera? Abalala bagenda for movies. Kanze ebyo byonna bimbowa. Okitegeera? Because ebintu ebisinga bibeera too populated. Mu sauna wabeerayo abantu abawemula. Okitegeera? Mu swimming pool, I don't know how clean that. Okay, I don't know how to swim. naye era amazzi ago simanyi oba I don't know how to swim, so all the other things I will say kujja kuba kwesoma bwesoma simanyi kuwoga, so I can't go to a swimming pool. Club wa movies, I can watch a movie on my laptop. Kati kintwala okulaba movie ey'emitwalo esatu nga nsobola ogigula ku gazala ndi mutwalo nusu 15. Okitegeera okujja nga movie y'Abannayuganda nga ngenda girabe, y'Abannayuganda yo ngenda n'engirabe ey'esatu. Why? Because we need to support other artists. Anyway, give yourself quality time. Whatever quality time you want to give yourself. Arthur, I'm your team. I don't keep quieting on music. Me, I tell you, Martha, that's the way to go. That's the way to go. Omuntu bwakunyiza mugambe ekyo nakyo kijje ku mutima gwo oba akukyawa akukyawe. Okitegeera. Workout, exercise. But guys, there is nothing as empowering as exercise. First of all, with exercise you look nice. Okitegeera, onyuma mu ngoye ng'okola exercise. Temulaba n'abakazi be bagamba balina nyashi nga they don't work out. Ojolaba omukazi alina nyashi nga working out. Ate very well shaped. Okitegeera. Kababe basajja ate nkiba you men mugenda mbere bakazi bamuro kuba tagamba konti why genda okoleko genda ko mu gym bwatagamba gwe n'olowooza nti the women just can't say, but even women want men that look good. Nga boteka mu vest boat toba nga ajesuddeko, boteka mu vest boat toba nga kitedi bear kaya ngo oyambala vest boat oyina shape ennungi si kyekyo Martha naye munanga abakazi bo baguma amanya go wamuwasa talina kyakola. Kati osanga omukazi atalina mpisa bulungi ng'agenda afuna atakye ekyakula obulungi ekigenda mu gym nga nakyakiwangako nga jeno kitedi beya kye nga akiwaako oba kamusujjake. Mweba guy, you can go to the gym and gain muscle nga togezze nti ogezze masavu naye ng'ogezze muscle. Naye gwe n'osalawo n'obeera mutono nnyo nga n'embirizo omukazi bw'akussaako bw'ati ettama liva olisaze liti. No. Arthur, is it right to provide children? Is it right to provide your children but while expecting them? No, it's not right. It's not right. It's not right. Nze, I will tell you one thing. Nze jaja ntaina chance ubiramu. Taina chance ubiramu nga ate yankuza. She wasn't obligated. Na yankuza. She doesn't expect anything from me because she did. I did not ask. Ekintu kino abazadde bannange bali badde ate mwe abagenda okuzaala abaana abangi mukitegeere. Omwana takusabangako kumuzaala, you just had sex with your woman, she got pregnant, ne muzaala omwana, ne celebrating anyo ne mukama aleese omukisa. Okitegeera. Naye kati omwana mugenda mumenya. Ekifo ky'okukola obulamu bwatandika kulabiriramu. Don't provide for your children expecting anything. Nze ba abana, I don't expect anything. I don't. Me, I'm planning it. I'm planning for my retirement. Okitegeera. I'm planning what will I do? Where will I get money? Where will I get money for hospital? Negwe n'otandika okubira abaana mumpeereze sukali, mumpeereze kino, mumpeereze kiri. My judge made it clear. She doesn't expect anything from me. Bwe muwa, it's okay. Okitegeera. Yakimanyi abazadde ndanga abazadde abamu beewunza. Nze nyina omuntu gwe mmanyi abaana be baakula ne bamala graduate nga tebannasobola kuva waka n'atandika n'obasasuza rent. Omwana owuwo osasuza otya omwana owuwo rent? Okitegeera. Gy'obeera yakusaba omulabirira. Gwe wasalawo ng'omwana tannategeera nakikireza kulabirira n'omulabirira tannasobola kuva waka. Ekifo ky'okumupreparinga omusasuza rent, bw'ali mu kusasula rent olwo n'omugoba agende ku street. After we make money so that our wives see 6 packs in our big. Gaitano oswadde tebabiraba. Kati gye mbamanya abakazi teboogera bwogezi. Abakazi teboogera bwogezi, but all women want a man that has a well built body. That's how it is. Tolowooza nti waliyo omukazi abeerawo ng'anyu. Of course waliyo abakazi abaagala abasajja ab'embuto like Martha ayagala abasajja ab'embuto. Naye kati kiba kimunyumira bunyumizi. Alaye kati naba experiencing. Sajja ab'embuto bannaye ne wakatabaawo nnyo. Martha nkigamba. Naye tuveeyo. Gift yourself. Treat yourself. Every time you do something nice, gift yourself. Weegulire yengo yempya. Weegulire kati nze ngenda kwe gift galubindi zange ziri scratched. I want to go to Mengo ne iweme mitwala 3. Mfuneyo galubindi endala nezino nja zirekawo. But nguleyo galubindi. Wana bampadde specification eza lens endala ne zino frame zijja sigala batekemu lens empya. Mfuneyo galubindi fashion endala. Ngolumu nyambala buli olala nyambala buli. I'm going to gift myself. I deserve it. I work really hard. Okitegeera nali simanyi nti omuntu osobola okukula n'otuuka at a time nga you just make time to sleep. Kati I'm at a level where I make time to sleep. I make sure there is a time, I think 2 days ago, my team was building a set for something we are shooting, and I came back at 10 p.m. Was it 9? And they were saying together college, you know guys, go home, mugende mwebake. Ngandaba ne bakola tebakyabitega nenga they want work. Ne bagamba sente zisobola kwebakanga mwe muli eno mukola. Nze njagala kwebaka mugende nange nebake. And they went. And they were supposed to come today. They did not come. And I don't take life seriously. They will come tomorrow. If they don't come tomorrow, I'll get someone else to do what they were supposed to do. What's the grade? Most kids here start paying rent when they reach 18 years old. It's mostly black parents that don't make their kids contribute rent. But these Danish parents are not simple. Very few of them don't ask their 18-year-olds not to contribute. No. Me, I will never ask my kid to contribute rent. Not in my house. Because I want my kid to get out of my house and be independent. And I find that a parent that makes a kid pay rent is a parent that is weak. Instead of giving me rent, let me help them go start living on their own. That's how I know that I'm developing a man. You people, you have free medical care, you have free education, and you're making a kid pay rent. After I didn't finish the lockdown hypertension story, let me do this. Hypertension, in the lockdown I had hypertension. I think I had hypertension since 2019. So I did not know it was hypertension. First of all, I was feeling guilty. For like a year. I said then sometimes my heart would be heavy. Like I've wronged someone. Then no, let me go to the hospital. At least then when I sat in the doctors, the other guy in Inaka clinic, of course he works in government hospitals as well. And for the guys that live in Kasangati, there's a clinic called Pevan's Clinic. Go there, that guy is good. Bamuitani. He's a tall, big doctor. He's really nice. So the guy sat me down, my blood pressure and very high, hypertension. And then he told me, Arthur, you know what? You have hypertension. Then he asked me, do you sometimes feel like you have done something wrong? Yeah, I've been feeling like I've done something wrong. And then he told me that's hypertension. It can make you feel like. So sometimes you're guilty. Sometimes it's go check your blood pressure. But life is funny. You can imagine I was feeling guilty. I'm not really guilty. I have hypertension. So I had hypertension in 2019 basically. So 2019 I started running in Kasangati. But nalimbera kumpi newa Mrs. Seninde. So Emoroka Nyinji, I had built my home there. And the traffic was too much. There was basically nowhere I could run. And then I think I was working myself too hard. And then that's the time when my second child was born, Ragnar. And yeah, there was too much happening. And then the lockdown came. So when the lockdown came, I started relaxing a little. I went to the gym almost every day. Yes, it was lockdown. The gyms were not allowed to be open, but so I'd go to the gym, work out really. I got really big. Jukida mu lockdown try to yanyo. Ati tuna che tukola cha amanyi. So katifa abage na mu gym with bulk up. And then I lost the fat. I got the muscle. And then there is a friend of mine. It's called Ronnie. I would move with him. When you lockdown tetwa ina nyobya kola. So I would move with him. That's the time I had the Mercedes-Benz. I would navigate a Mercedes-Benz in lockdown. And then we moved around and I saw his friends. Of course, he's older than me. I think like 10 years. So first time I went to his home, it was really nice. And remember, I had this 3-room house. Urban, sitting room, master bedroom, I had a bathroom, and then it was a small plot. Then I went to this guy's house and I said, but then I looked at him. He never takes things seriously. He's calm. Then I realized he practices a kind of self-love. Then netutambula netugenda mikwano je omu ku mikwano je mutabani wa Senindo omusajja bawa minister. And then this guy looked at his home. My God. Netandika okulaba people take life. Some people take life like and they achieve a lot. So eri point ye nabagambye don't take life too seriously. So these guys they take life very okay. If things don't go well, yes, that gym when again anga carries. So and then they were achieving big things. And then during the lockdown in 2020, I decided I was going to get out of that small house, the small house I had in Kasangati. So that's how the story comes in for me to buy a plot in Matuga and then decide, okay, I'm building a big house. And that's why my house is really huge, because during the lockdown, we actually work from home. I would have meetings from home, and then I had a very small bedroom, and then you have to get angles, but for you to have that Zoom meeting. And then when I built this bedroom, it's huge. It's huge because I know there's a time that I'm going to have online meetings, and then there are times I realized during the lockdown that we spend most of our time in the bedroom. During the lockdown, I had two of my sisters-in-law home, and then this place was small. You get out of the bedroom, only my sister-in-law. Then I also realized that even when you get guests at home, they would want to spend most of their time in the bedroom. But their bedroom was really small, and they were two sisters-in-law, and then they were sharing a bedroom with Urban, and then the maid. It was really small. So when I built a guest bedroom this time, it was also huge. And then the Urban's bedroom also, it's huge. Why? But anyway, going back, so when I moved to Matuga, one of the things I like about Matuga, the estate where I am, there's a lot of free space, very, very small traffic. I can run for 15 kilometers. So I ran 15 kilometers on Saturday, 15 kilometers on Sunday. And this improves my mood. You see the kind of smile I have now is because I ran in the morning and then I gymmed before I started this broadcast. So that's one of the things some of the things I do for self-love. Then also I started taking things lightly. Then I also rewarding myself. One of the ways I rewarded myself is by giving myself a big house. Corridor ya fabana bagizanyiramo ne badduka ne badde nga balinga bali mu kisaawe. It's a big corridor. I rewarded myself. It's not like I have a lot of money. Ebintu byange nzimba bwe nfuna ye 10 ne nteka kune bwe nfuna ye 5 ne ngula yakasawo ka cement. Not that I have a lot of money, but I take things lightly, mbikwata mpola, and I found that that's one ways that I'm giving myself love. Let me walk to the beach nange. 107 kgs gwejeke kato inagula kawundo kuba already enywa amafuta, you will not feel naye ajja kugula Corolla yange ngolooza tenywa kunywenga kawundo because of your weight. So hypertension can go out. Yes, me, I don't have it. There's a time I even have a pressure monitor. I measure. I'm normal by the currency. If you have hypertension, run, not just gym, run. But also, if you want hypertension to go, first cut out salt totally. So first cut out salt for like 2 months. Then stop eating those things that have raw salt, popcorn, smanya chips, smanya roasted chicken and all. Then afterwards reduce the salt. Nze wange ba adjusting olumu manyina okubuza mchara wange omunyo nga mutono. Nagamba but you remember. But my hypertension is gone totally. China. But also one of the reasons why it went is because I don't take things too seriously. Then stop worrying, guys. Stop worrying. When you worry a lot about things, they don't even work out. Instead of finding solutions, you start finding why things will not work out. Worry is not good. And then don't compare yourself to others. Whenever you compare, of course, personally, I've never been the kind of person that compares myself to others. I've never been that's why you guys, some of you guys send me videos of guys on TikTok that are responding to my videos when I did not even direct my videos to them, and I laugh. Why? Because me, I do my thing. Your thing to be based on me. Me, I will not base my thing on you. Me, I do my thing. And if you don't appreciate it, and you feel like the best way for you to contribute to the society is by making sure Arthur is wrong, or making sure the world finds out Arthur is wrong, making sure the world finds out Arthur is an idiot, that's on you. Me, I don't in any way compete with anyone. I'm very okay. Because namukadde wange abasobola primo new model nabo basobola. Now, when I took nze in my time, I will buy it. I don't compare myself with anyone else. When I was building my house in Kasangati, Nazimba Chuyichimu, buli muntu yajazimba mwamba in that neighborhood. Mwamba, and they were telling me mwamba yaliko, and I was asking him yaliko ruachi yaliko. Because I don't get it. Yes, the house looks pretty, but so because at the end of the day it's just the house. What matters at the end of the day is the kind of comfort that we get in that home. We have a loving home, we have a loving family, and that's what happened in mine. I am right at the Kattegat showers where Ragnar Lothbrok built his settlement in the time. Man, I'm watching Vikings. Those guys were brave, eh? Actually, the Ragnar in that movie, that's why I named my kid Ragnar. And my kid is actually fearless as well, eh? Telling the story because Ragnar is your son. Yeah. And when he starts understanding, I'll make sure he watches Vikings to get inspired. Ragnar was indeed something. So anyway, don't compare yourself to anyone. Because there will always be someone that is better than you in one way. Some people look prettier than you. Some people have better bodies than you. Some people have more money than you. Some people will always pick the best perfume, better perfumes than you. Some people somehow will have better haircuts than you. But don't compare yourself to them. That's them. Now we're inacho overseeing. Now we're inacho overseeing. And when you stop that, you're giving yourself the kind of love that no one else can ever give you. And when you stop comparing yourself to others, you'll actually stop comparing your partner to others. Me, I don't compare my wife to anyone. Yes, jebali abandi bandenga bamusinga obulungi bamusinga akabina bamusinga obweru abo bebbo babereyo usega asibe bange aina byabasinga bye mwagarako okitegeera. And I find that when you don't stop comparing yourself to others, you'll not stop comparing your partner to other people, and that's where cheating starts. And that's okitegeera. And then you start thinking that probably someone else is better than this person, and it never stops. That's why I was telling these guys, self-love is important, because omuntu ba cheating ako teyeyagala yenga yete yeyagala, because they don't even respect the kind of peace they get from having one relationship. Okitegeera, Tomaze your statement, GK. You need to start. Atena bwoba okwana oba all I see is blessings and no man can stop. Bwoba bakwana, make sure this one, totally agree. Life is so simple when you do you. That one, the statement before the question. Bobango okwana, make sure you're falling in love with someone that loves themselves enough. Because bwofuna omuntu ateyagala bulungi nawe tasobola kwagala, tasobola, because naye teyeyagala. Yasuubira nti gw'olina okumwagala ne bye yali eyagadde, kati bw'otabimwagala ng'abinoonye walala. There are people that are in relationships ngesimu bazikupeeka. Like if you're in a committed relationship, why are you hiding your phone? My wife will open my phone whenever she wants. I can have her phone for a day. I can have her phone for a week and nothing will happen. She can have my phone for a week and nothing will happen. Kakati, I find people agamba mu committed relationship ye ngesimu ye limu password bawe tajimanyi oba mukazi etakola ki tajimanyi. Jim will quickly teach you how to be humble when you can't carry heavy weights like your partner. You might even risk injury. Definitely, when you do you as in mind your business. Definitely, I paid Jim for a year without going there. I cancelled. Don't take at you're lazy for Jim. I tell you need to work out. But by the way, JK, you can have your 107 kgs, and as long as your 107 kgs is muscle, you will be healthy. But if it's fat, that's where the trouble normally comes from. But if it's muscle, I'm supposed to be about 69 according to BMI. But of course, BMI is not an accurate measure of a healthy body. But I'm normally 73, 75, but I'm majorly muscle. I'm not fat. Why? Because I run the muscle off. I don't eat a lot of fat. No, I run the fat off, and I also don't eat a lot of fat, and then I muscle up. I try. I even have weights in my home. Some of those small weights I can lift like 300 times, and right? And I do those weights every day. I got an injury in the shoulder. For some time my shoulder was bigger than this one, and it's my wife that noticed it. So I relaxed a little. So I had lost my muscle because I was relaxing the shoulder. I think against it that even the size reduced. All I do is play squash once a week, and I'm better than all my tiny colleagues. Yeah. As long as it's mostly muscle, JK, you're okay. I think weight is not the problem, but when the weight is majorly fat. Let me just go through these things again. Self-love. How do you practice self-love? 1, stop taking life too seriously. Okay? Then find a role model and keep your distance. Role model their weaknesses, you start seeing their imperfection, and that's not a very good thing to do, because you don't love your role model, you admire them. And you can't admire people that are imperfect. Again, yes, we know they are not perfect, but you don't want to see those bad things. Keep a distance. But mentor, the reason why we outgrow mentors is because sometimes we get close to them. When you get close to a mentor, you start noticing, okay, he sometimes also struggles, and then you start thinking you're better than them, even when you're not better than them. Then of course, stop watering every flower or fighting for every relationship. Some are not worth it. And then celebrate small wins. Bulika win kofuna. Bwogenda kuzimba nebo gula sauza cement 10 n'ozisaayo. Celebrate it. That's an achievement. Then cut negative self-talk. We have never been raised to talk positively about ourselves, because majority of us, we grew up in homes and all those guys were saying stuff, and majority of the things they were saying about us were not positive. With positive self-talk. So you should teach yourself how to say positive things about and for yourself. Acknowledge your feelings. By the way, Boba, if you're feeling sad, cry. All men cry. It's just that we cry in private. But apparently, when you start self-love, you don't. The sadness rarely comes, because normally, because you're not taking life too seriously. Of course, cut toxic people out. But go away. People that are toxic to your life, go back, mama, tata, mwana, jaja, go back. Even a workplace, if a workplace is toxic, again, don't know you had I'm at a level where I don't stress. But when you start not stressing about stuff, things start working out. After the lockdown, I started self-love, and when I started self-love, things started working out. I think the universe kind of gives you back. When you have positive vibes, the universe gives the vibes back. Then give yourself quality time. I don't know, find ways of giving yourself quality time. Alone, then work out or exercise. Then gift yourself whenever you have. Gift yourself. Then stop worrying. Worry doesn't do what? Then of course don't compare yourself to others. Whenever you compare yourself to others, you're stressing yourself. You start thinking they are better than you. Remember when we were growing up, TV wakanga abatayina TV mulabanga abasanyu for basi nga tuyagala beereri watali TV. It's because we did not know. Kati tumanyi. Okitegeera kati tumanyi. I think we know better. Sometimes I over-worry about my little brother's future. I'm finding ways to stop because it affects my decision making as well. I don't know access news. If your parents are not there, then your little brother is probably your responsibility. But if your parents are there, your little brother is your parents' responsibility. Okitegeera. Whenever you take on responsibilities that are not yours, you're also going to stress your future kids, giving them responsibilities that are not theirs. Me, I don't expect anything from the urbans. I'm preparing for my own retirement. That's why I say nsigenda sasuza bana bange rent. If your kids have to stay in your house, when they are past 18 years, then you're the problem. Omwana wa abera ta mu nyumba eyo nga awezeze emyaka 18 naweze emyaka 25 nga achali wakawuwo gwe buzibu. Abaana tubatendeke ng'omwana bwaweze emyaka 18 nze nafume wajjajja wange nga nyina emyaka 17 and I became independent because that's the right thing to do. She didn't even need to prepare me. It's the right thing to do. When you become an adult, you get out of your parents' home. Kati omwana bwaba achaliwo nga awezeze emyaka 18 you're the problem. Ochitegera kati lwaki omusasuza rent. Train your kids from a young age. Hi, how are you? Train your kids from a young age that when you become an adult, you leave your parents' home. I also learned to say no to some people, especially clubbing buddies. You should learn to say no to everyone, Caris. Learn to say no to everyone, even your parents. Nze nono mchara wange manyo Uganda. Ansabe ibintu mga no. Urumune bwaba yagala kuchegulira mga tochegulira. It's not healthy. Sisigana.
Yeah.
You need to learn to say no because sometimes you will say yes and then it affects you. I also left home a week after my S6 final exams. Definitely, that's what you need to teach your kids. Ababadenish, by the way, JK, ababadenish by nature. Because people that get free medical care, nabo by nature. So, omuntu nga nedwayo talisasula atandika okusasuza omwana rent. Boba college, tasasula no man tizi yamusasulira fees. Omugobote wakanga nga government yamusasulira. Boss, is it true that a 2008 new foreign used is for 35? It's possible. Sinagenda ko mubondi jibuza ba it's possible. It's possible. Gena mubondi obuzeko. So guys, kamba sibule. Sorry about that experience. Let me just read the names here. Tulabe, Kenneth Biko, Edwin Mugerwa, Abi, Juko Nathan, Baluku Nobat, Director Martha Academy Nama Mukono, Bananga Abere Mukono, Martha Ainesomere yo, Mumuwagire Mumwa abana, Salmina Gaetano, Pasco Joseph, DJ Zion, JK Karis, Ogwal Joffrey, October. Ugandan system is best after school. Leave your parents and start your own hustle. But it's best when your parents give and turn equal. Definitely, October, you were very right. I don't know how I skipped this comment. Joffrey, you're dancing. I saw you dancing. Alan Mulindwa, Access News, True Love. I educated my sister, and when she got a child years later while working, she asked me to pay for the child. I lectured her. Thank you. Tuino lecturinga. Nezo mpoti omwana wonze mulabirire. Nebwemba sakuwerera. I don't owe you anything. Me, I keep telling my wife here. Me, I don't owe anyone anything. Enyumba yange y'abaana bange. Teri kuve banyuma n'abakyala bamanyi okuleeta abantu baabwe wakae. Teri. Enyumba yani y'abaana bange. Teri kuleeta simanya kazini wange simanya ate senga wange. Sengawo bwe yali myaka gyaffe yali akolaki. Yes, I'm ruthless. Self-love. Do you realize, guys, whenever you start being cautious, toyagala bakujjemu mize, toyagala bakoleki, okitegeera. Mbata neko kunyiga. Ivan Kaichi, thanks bro from Saudi Arabia. Thank you for being live as well. Some mentors tell us that competition. I kategeda. How do you keep a healthy love life with your wife? Munange nange simanyi. We are 10 years old. Bulaka soli. Uyo mulabe bwabata yo chatogula. We are 10 years na yetu tulinga abatali 10 years munange. Ayocha. I called mom and told her I'm ready to be hated, but I'm not paying her kids' fees. What, yo? That's total disrespect.
Answer that question. I think how we take a handful like that. I think we talk a lot.
Yeah, we talk a lot.
Answer the question. Like we don't say
Some people, you don't just tell people we talk a lot and they talk a lot. One man with I talk. How we keep this relationship healthy? It's me who talks a lot. You talk a lot. It's me who talks. And you as a man, you should talk a lot.
Not like talk a lot, talk sense.
It talks sense definitely. I think that's JK, you played your role well. Let us also plan. Yes, abantu abajja kuzaala abaana but ankokuloza tulinayo Uncle JK ali Denmark yajja okulabirira abaana baffe bonna abagulire toys abagulire engoye ojja toka nolabirira bazzukulu bo. Don't do it. It wasn't mean. It's okay. Kale mwe we sent us. It's okay. Nkasoli ayocha. Bale tumulaka na wano kasoli. Bana abana batambuza kasoli. Okay. I told my babe the same. Sagara crowd here waka. I need my peace. Definitely. When people start and come and start living in your place and they have nowhere else to go, you start being cautious. Oba yamba na yate owiranga abakuyamba okubeera ewuwo okitegeera and then you start being over cautious nze ebyo sibyagala buli omu yeetegekere era nange sijja gendayo nze lwe bansuzaako naye muganda wange siyinza kukyagaliza muntu kibula nze ne bato bange I empower them to be independent okitegeera bannange tulina essomero lyaffe erya primary Matha Academy nama. All you guys that live in Mukono, those are Matha Academy contacts just sharing out bazifune. Anyway guys, thank you very much for being part of this broadcast. Let me start moving. Mwebale nnyo bambi kubeerako. Mwebale kubeerako. Banange guys, whenever you can give yourself you love yourself better. I realized ono mukyala wange yasinga okweyagala ennyo. Yeyagala nnyo and because she loves herself better she can also give love. Sometimes she gives it too much. Okitegeera.
You deserve it, honey.
So I started loving myself. Nze bwe ntuuka ewaka teri kunsumbuwa. Ekyo nze bwe ntuuka ewaka teri kunsumbuwa nkola byenjagala.
But you first give us time. Then go.
Remember that I don't give you time.
Give us a little time.
A little. So me, I give myself bwe nzira ewaka teri kunsumbuwa. I do my workouts, then I do my work. Okitegeera self love nenge eringa etaina. So give yourself self-love. Ojja kusobola okuwa abantu abala. You can't give from an empty cup. You first fill your cup, okay? And then you start pouring in other people's cups. That's one thing I've learned by the way. Bagande barake. Zizo lero zeekarakasa. Ate mpya zeekarakasa. Waliwo wafield abadde ayisa tamanyi mmotoka atuuse makati nekimulemerera wulira bwagirinya nabagamba corona mpya alinye emmotoka ndoza ali mu namba 0 UBJ alwanya okumpisa kyokka nze ndi mu namba 4 naye mukama katonda wakola corona eno wakola namukadde corona. You are talking the truth, man. However, for some instances, we have to let them be, though not for a long time stay. Abantu bakyali wange by the way. Nekati go omuntu wajja n'akyalewo emirimu egyagirekeddaani. because everyone should be working. Because you're working, everyone else should also work. Yes, your kids will not get enough when you have a crowd. Definitely. Try to know because recently, and the Waba because in by no man, a Jano man, I saw Wama Tango, Wari. When Mugana, we salute you from Ronnie Flex Kasangat. Amina. Advice on black or white vehicles. Buy the color you want. Of course, white vehicles move faster on the market, but black vehicles have no problem. Me, I would drive a black vehicle, by the way. Now, Rawe black dugara mangu, a guba mangu, singe white. Then also, Moroka black, Mobugu range, a better Mobugu singe white over silver. So that's what you need to know. Omana Asabanang. Yes, Paul. We have to be ruthless, by the way. This modern world, Jera guy. Tuina kuba ruthless. Nze bansuza ako bannange bagayi bange. Bansuza ko roza weeks nga 3. Mwe ngenda kukola nnyo. Mukole nnyo leme kutuka ku level nga balina okusuza. That's like mwe nze sikyagaliza era nze omuntu bw'asula ewange I treat them the way I would have preferred to be treated somewhere else. That's why I said, you guys, me, I live like a human being. Me, I don't follow the Bible. I have Ubuntu. Ebintu amateke kumi. When you have Ubuntu, tewetaga amateke kumi because amateke kumi is common sense when you have Ubuntu. Don't kill, don't steal, don't cheat, don't respect other people, love your neighbor. Like, do I need the Bible to tell me that nganyina Ubuntu? So yes, definitely people come to my home and they sleep over. But me, I don't. Echimulese bwe kigwanga agenda. Omuntu waba yajja tulaba ko bwaba anajja okusula atugamba n'ennaku zaana asula. Nja kujja mbereke wamwe ennaku 3. Lwaki? Anti njagala kulaba ko lwaki? Jangu ndabireko ku office. Marogende. Okitegeera. Bw'oba omuntu azze kujja kubeerayo work for Easter weekend. Easter weekend bwe gwata agende. But do you remember when we twali tukula? Omuntu ajja okuliira Christmas ewamwe. N'abeerawo paka March. Ye byabadde akola ewuwete bifa. Okitegeera. So it's not being mean, it's being realistic. Nze siyinza genda n'ensula wa muntu kumala mwezi. Kati nga byenkola ebyange bifa. Oba siyina byakkola. Ndowooza ekyo nkimaze. Vye mukyaginyumirwa bambajjeko. Bannange mwebale nnyo okubeera ku live broadcast. Don't forget, I do pre-purchase inspection. If you're going to buy a car and you don't want to make a loss, ompaye emitwalo anagokka nenzija ne makanika ne to making sure you get a good deal. Trust me. Abantu baffe betuyambyeko ofuna emmoloka. Abasinga bafuna ku wholesale. Je tuyalise wholesale. Of course, wholesale doesn't exist mu moloka because so now ogula moloka nyingi lumu. Okitegeera naye emmoloka ze tugula ku bbeeyi ya busuubuzi. Tugula fe tuzigula ku bbeeyi ya busuubuzi. Ate bannange Mukama yatuwa omukisa mu kunoonya emmotoka. Bwe tunoonya naawe emmotoka. Emmoloka bannange ziye emmotoka ze tufuna ziba za mukisa. Come and get in the blessings. Kyango ofune ku mikisa gyaffe nga togenda bako tojjaako sigenda kujjako baaba. Mwe come, of course mina tuge gundi view. Natandise ekikubo ky'ettaka. Mwe njagala mbabuulire ekintu kiri kimu. Bwe tuba tulina omuntu nga tunoonya emmotoka. Bannange tulina omukisa tufuna emmotoka nga nnungi. When a customer reviews coming, they will come. Abambali wano by the way, abambajja ku live ne batugamba. Brian told us, Solomon told us, Dennis told us, Dennis ya upgrade nze n'emmotoka ye n'eyokubiri yagijje waffe. De yaffe, spatio yaffe. Then of course, owarav phone gwe twafuna for reason. Ngena mukubira walo gwe nafunira Mark twabera change ojo. I should call them by the way and go get those reviews. They will be very nice. Yeah, but thank you for being part of this broadcast. It really means the world to me that you guys take the time. You would be doing other things. Na ine musarawo ne muteka mu ne data wamwe nemutandika okulaba broadcast eno ate paka kati even you guys that started with the first broadcast before the network put me off, and then nemujja ate nekwene eyokubiri. Thank you very much. I hope the topic self-love has benefited you the way it has benefited me. I've been reminded of the things I'm supposed to do. Before I love myself, I cannot love my wife or my kids. Before I love myself, there is no way I can love my wife or my kids. So I start by loving myself. That's why era mukyala wange akimanyi ku Saturday nkeera kudduka, bwenva okudduka nenkolakola byenkozaawo mu afternoon it's gym, era ennyama yange yagifumba. Nabagayinza engula ennyama ku Saturday ndya kota yange ey'ennyama nga sinagenda mu gym, ne ku Sunday nendya kota y'ennyama. Ennaku endala by the way sirya nnyama, naye ennaku ebbiri I eat the meat for creatine. For the guys that don't know, bagaya abasinga abalya powder mu gym baba balya creatine, but creatine is normal, is natural in meat. So bwe toyagala kukozesa chemicals ezo abantu zebakozesa, you eat meat. Kati nze nsonga laki ndya akakota kange ak'ennyama ku Saturday, ne ku Sunday ndya akakota k'ennyama. Talk about useless contacts in the phone book. Man, me I started deleting contacts. By the way, when TikTok, when ekintu kyange bwe kyakwatayo ku TikTok, people that had called me last 5 years ago nga abamu nabakubiranga n'amasimu gange tebagakwata, ne batandika okunkubira nga nange mbajjako. Ne matira bannange wano. There are guys when nakubiranga, when my people, you guys, the guys that came nga bagala emmoroka, they are brokers I would call, ngesimu yange tebakyagikwata. Naye when my videos on TikTok started making rounds, I see these brokers calling me. Nankubiranga esimu nagijjamu, natandika okunyonyola, nze gundi antundire emmoroka eno egindi. Namuga negwe nakubiranga amasimu gange nga togakwata. And you know how frank I am, nyina gwe nagamba negwe nakubiranga amasimu gange togakwata, nenzija n'ennamba yo mu simu yange. Ata ngoli muzimu nnyo, ongamba direct botto bikirako kati mbikirireko ki. Okitegeera, there are some contacts that are really useless, but of course contacts you can't delete even when they are useless, because you want to know when they are calling and you avoid them. Okitegeera, kati contacts ezimu keep them so that when they call you know I'm not going to answer. Okitegeera, because especially when we are struggling, people take us like trash, but when it seems like we are not struggling anymore, now they want to pull us close. Okitegeera. But of course then when you stop struggling, as again there are people that will cut you off. Now you're becoming a threat. Okitegeera. Some numbers, keep them for you to avoid them. Unjirengera pika bajita Mitsubishi L200 UBB irabikanga UAA naiba na L200 ezo zirabika mu kama katonda. Whoever designed them era nafa abaguzi tulabye bajita Rumion yetuli maaso kanzije ka matatu awo amugira babulungi kanzizeko ka S9 ekorole eno ne S akola mwe njagala korola yange nga kati abana bagudde wendabirwa mbafune empewo nze njifunira munda ka S nange namukadde korola gireke ate malo gwe taxi mujjidde ina S nyiza n'okutuuza mu Rumio nyonga itakola ninga ate UBN gwe S gireke Kampala wana abantu batuna bayine emmotoka ezirimu S kale mamuganda mukadde wange S akola jiveeko bana guys muzikirize mbasiibule kuba eno time gye tubeeramu nga tuli mu mmotoka equality time mukyala wange gyafuna ng'ogyekere ey'abakulu kati eno kwogeramu kuyomba tuyombera mu mmotoka kubeebwa kati musobola kuyomba abaana baba bawulira kati katuyombemu nga tunatuuka waka tuyombe then tumale tukakkane njabala bencha kati tukifune kye tuyombe tuba tetukiina toyina nkikuwe kangenda kukinoonya nkikuwe. Anyway guys, thank you very much. Kamba sibule mukama abawa omukisa. Tomorrow the broadcast is happening at 5:15 era simanyo bencha nagenda mu gym, but 5:15 the broadcast will happen. May God bless you. Don't do what you wouldn't want your son to do or daughter, and if you're going to do something with someone that you don't know or trust, please take a kaveera. Ate namwe abakyala ba Martha namwe mwina obuveera bwammwe nabo gye buli. Be careful, don't drink and drive. God bless you. Ciao.